Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Familiar name has maximum leverage if Cowboys move on from Mike McCarthy. Amid the post-game finger-pointing after the Dallas Cowboys' 28-25 loss in Week 3, a few voices are going so far as to say head coach Mike McCarthy is on the hot seat. When it comes to who could replace him, one familiar name keeps popping up. The Cowboys are a mess right now, which means former New England Patriots head coach Bill Belichick can make a list of demands to take over in 2025, Sports Illustrated's Randy Gertze wrote in a September 22 feature. Bill Belichick is counting dollar signs. McCarthy is in the last year of his contract. Going into the season, it was obvious that 2024 would be a make-or-break time for McCarthy, and being 1-2 to start the season is looking more like break for McCarthy. With only 3 games in the book, there's still plenty of time to turn it around, but the product on the field offers little hope, Gertze wrote, adding that owner Jerry Jones isn't getting any younger and that, as much as he loves the glory, he also knows how quickly a Super Bowl window can close. That's why Belichick might be able to snatch some of the control from Jones, similar to what Bill Parcells did back in 2003. Jones drew Parcells, then 62, out of retirement that year, and the 2-time Super Bowl winning coach led the Cowboys to the playoffs, where they lost in the wild card round to eventual champs the Carolina Panthers. We can argue whether or not Belichick, who will be 73 before the next season kicks off, is the right coach, Gertze wrote. What's hard to argue is that his leverage with Dallas has never been greater. McCarthy was 6-10 in 2020, his first season with the Cowboys, and the same year quarterback Dak Prescott was out for part of the season with an ankle injury. Since then, McCarthy has been 37-17, with a 43-27 total record. Jerry Jones on Bill Belichick, he's a great coach. Jones had some glowing words for Belichick during Jones' annual training camp press conference in July. Sitting next to McCarthy, Jones talked up the former New England Patriots coach. "I think he may be the best coach, certainly of my time, in the NFL, and I happen to be part of a team that had the great Tom Landry, and I'd put him right there," Jones said. "Bill's a friend and a great coach." In a January appearance on The Pat McAfee Show, ESPN's Adam Schefter discussed the possibility of Belichick heading to Dallas. At the time, the Cowboys were still deciding whether to retain McCarthy. "I definitely think he could work if that's what both sides wanted to happen," Schefter told McAfee. "I don't think it would be an issue. Jerry made it work with Bill Parcells, and Bill Parcells made it work with Jerry." He added, "I think the same would be true if that was the path Jerry decided he wanted to go down. Bill is the greatest coach of all time. If they decided to make a change, to me, he would be in play." 3 low-cost moves Dallas Cowboys should make after back-to-back losses. If we've learned anything about the Dallas Cowboys through the first 3 weeks of the 2024 season, it's that this year's roster has some glaring holes that will continue to cause them problems until they are addressed. No matter how much posturing Jerry Jones makes about the current state of the Cowboys roster being just fine, it's abundantly apparent the opposite is true. Today, we are going to explore 3 relatively low-cost moves the Dallas Cowboys should make after back-to-back losses to the New Orleans Saints and Baltimore Ravens. Each proposed roster move has the possibility of addressing some of the Cowboys' problem areas and would do so with relatively minimum investment. These are exactly the type of low-risk, high-reward moves Dallas likes to make and should absolutely be considered. Trade for New York Jets running back Israel Abanikanda. The Cowboys' rushing attack, or lack thereof, so far this season has really made the entire offense one-dimensional. The trio of Ezekiel Elliott, Rico Dowdle, and Deuce Vaughn don't strike any fear into opposing defenses. Dallas would be wise to try to upgrade this position, and trading for Israel Abanikanda would at the very least be a step in the right direction. At 5 feet 10 inches, 216 pounds with reported sub 4.4 speed, Abanikanda would add a different element to Dallas' current stock of RBs. And considering he's currently RB4 with the Jets and hasn't played a single snap for them this year, he could be acquired relatively cheaply via trade. Sign defensive tackle Siaki Ika off Cleveland Browns practice squad. The Cowboys' defensive front has been absolutely embarrassed in back-to-back weeks by both the Saints and Ravens. The solution to fixing the run defense doesn't seem to be on the roster right now, and signing or trading for anyone who would be an immediate upgrade seems highly unlikely. That shouldn't stop the Cowboys from trying though. At 6 feet 3 inches, 335 pounds, Siaki Ika is the big-bodied type of DT Mike Zimmer likes in his defensive scheme. His size and talent is intriguing enough for the Cowboys to poach him off the Browns practice squad to try to upgrade their DL. Sign free agent wide receiver Chase Claypool. Chase Claypool has been labeled as somewhat of a diva wide receiver with questionable effort on a down-to-down basis since entering the league, but could potentially help the Cowboys' passing game if signed via free agency. At 6 feet 4 inches, 238 pounds with legit 4.42 speed, Claypool would give Dak Prescott another big target on the outside in Dallas' aerial attack. With both Brandon Cooks and Jalen Tolbert struggling to find any kind of consistency this year, Claypool would at the very least provide legitimate competition to push the two and quite possibly find a role in the rotation. What do you think? Leave your opinion in the comments, like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.